So, what's the connection between a 19th century steel baron, one of the richest guys in history, and a modern day artist just beaming with pride at a local art show? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's a story that stretches over 100 years, and it all comes together inside one very special building.
And it all kicks off right here. This is a moment of just pure, unfiltered excitement. We're hanging out with Idris, a photographer at the 2026 Juried Art Competition in Three Rivers, Michigan. He's searching for his photograph, a piece called Sing for Joy, and then bam, he finds it. You can just feel that pride, can't you? It's that amazing feeling of seeing your hard work up on a wall for the whole world to see.
But here's the thing. Idris's big moment isn't just happening in some random gallery. It's taking place inside a building that has this deep, really fascinating history. So what on earth does the steel tycoon Andrew Carnegie have to do with this art show? Well, that's exactly what we're about to dig into. To get to the bottom of this, we first have to talk about the building itself, the Carnegie Center for the Arts. And let me tell you, its story is all about transformation and some serious community spirit.
Just look at this journey. The building opened way back in 1904, not as an art gallery, but as the town's public library. And yep, it was funded by Andrew Carnegie. For 75 years, it was all about books. But get this, by 1979, it was actually scheduled to be demolished. Thankfully, the Three Rivers Women's Club stepped in and saved it, reopening it a year later as the art center it is today. It even grew in the 90s, becoming this amazing community hub.
And this isn't just some dusty old history, It's alive. The center's executive director, Donna Grubbs, was talking about recent renovations where they literally uncovered these original windows that had been boarded up for years. They restored them to look exactly like they did back in 1904. So cool. The building itself is a piece of history. Okay, so we've got the building, but who was the man who made it all possible in the first place? Let's zoom out for a second and take a look at Andrew Carnegie himself. The scale of his life is just wild. Carnegie came to the U.S. from Scotland in 1848 as a poor kid with basically nothing. A little over 50 years later, he sells his steel company for what would be billions of dollars today, making him one of the wealthiest people on the planet. I mean, talk about the ultimate rags to riches story. But here's the crazy part. He didn't just sit on all that cash. He gave almost all of it away. We're talking about $350 million, which was nearly 90% of his entire fortune. That level of philanthropy is almost impossible to imagine. And he was really specific about where that money was going. A huge chunk of it went to funding public libraries. He paid to build almost 3,000 of them all over the world. There was just one catch. The local town had to promise to keep them running. Now, this wasn't just random charity. It was all part of a philosophy he called the gospel of wealth. He literally wrote an essay about it, arguing that rich people had a moral duty to use their fortunes to help society move forward, to create ladders for other people to climb. And for him, a free public library was the perfect tool to help people improve themselves. So let's connect the dots. How does that huge, century-old vision of his link back to an art show in Three Rivers, Michigan? How is that legacy still alive and kicking today? Well, it's like this. The mission has evolved, but the spirit is totally the same. Carnegie wanted to enrich the public, to give people tools to grow. Today, these beautiful old buildings aren't just for books anymore. They've become these amazing, vibrant hubs for creativity and art. I mean, just think about what a place like the Carnegie Center does for artists. It gives them a place to show their work, a shot at winning awards, a spot to network and meet people. It even helps them sell their art. It's the kind of crucial support system that lets a whole local art scene just flourish. And that brings us full circle, right back to Idris. At the end of his video, he makes it so clear that this is about way more than just his own pride. He's telling everyone to come out and support local art because for him, the art show is the community. But it's even more than just community. These spaces make room for something even deeper, for these really essential human conversations. So at that same art show, another artist is explaining their painting, which is called Finding the Courage to Feel. They point out the tiny tears in the figure's eye and talk about how society often tells men not to show their emotions. The whole piece is about needing to understand our feelings to really know who we are. It's just this incredibly powerful, vulnerable conversation, all sparked by a painting on a wall. And that right there is the ultimate legacy. Carnegie built libraries to give people access to stories and ideas on paper. And today, those exact same buildings are giving people access to the stories and emotions expressed through art, starting conversations that are every bit as important for a healthy community.
So, the invisible thread that connects a steel magnate from the 1800s to a photographer today is this unbroken belief in making public life richer for everyone. And that kind of leaves you with one last thought, doesn't it? What stories, what moments of joy, and what important conversations are just waiting to happen inside the historic buildings in your own community?